What is going on, guys? This is ISmileyzI here once again, bringing you some more Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. It is time to get going with the second trial of the second case, and hopefully I won't screw this one up. I won't screw this one up as badly as I did the last one. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me? Yeah. Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me, and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. Oh, don't be like that, Maya. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Pretty much.
Good morning! The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you.
Hey, morning, Pearly.
You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya.
Huh? What do you mean?
My mother's coming today to show her support.
Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls.
Yes, Mr. Nick?
Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too?
Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch.
Please? It's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help.
Mr. Nick, that's enough! You can't show weakness in front of the person you love.
Whoa! Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls?
Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you two to your alone time.
Okay. See you later, Pearls. Phew, thank goodness. Nick? This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. Oh, right, because we're going to be accusing her mom of, well, not murder, but being an accomplice. At least. What do you mean? What's going on? Wow, not even gonna tell Maya? Alright, well. I thought we would, but... Anyways, time to get started with the actual trial. No foreplay. Enough foreplay, that is. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool, wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I am the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. Sure, we'll go with that. Uh-huh. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. I'm glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Fey. Good one. Ha ha ha! Ah, it's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Sometimes when they're not fighting. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes, and this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. Oh, really? What? That's interesting. Please do explain. But, Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I am saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key. Wow. Stutter more, please.
Can you substantiate your claim?
Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Alright. So it's time for Morgan. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. Okay, well, she looks totally the same to me, but... Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking.
I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? Ah!
I don't think anyone really cares. Whoa. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then.
Spirit severing technique?
A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is...
Yes, that is...
You, be quiet. Now witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct.
What in the world could have...
Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room.
What?
And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber.
Well, that's news to us. Well, no, it's not. We proved that someone could have left. But, yeah. Order! 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 Miss Fey, please testify to the court what happened during that time.
Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. Yes, indeed. So I finished up the new Ace Attorney game, and I must say I did enjoy it. The end of it was, well, I don't know if I liked the end of it too much. I'm not going to spoil anything, of course, but I'm just going to say that the ending could have been better, although the game was good. I really did enjoy it. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that.
Well, that certainly works in the prosecution's favor, I suppose.
Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right, she's simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Alright. So, first things first, as I do with most testimonies, is to just press everything. Just so I can show you guys all the dialogue possible. Hold it! Just now, you said those two. Who were the two people you were referring to? I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Mada's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful. I can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot. They don't call it the Heartland. It's just what Lada calls it. Well, I mean, it is called that, but no one just, like, casually refers to it as the Heartland constantly. In any case, I have already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright.
Oh, thanks. What did you do after that, Miss Fey?
Great. More bills. Hold it! Was it really necessary to have two people do something as simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind.
Yes, that is a very good point.
At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another.
Another what, madam?
Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. Me too. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify.
You must testify!
Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Phoenix is now the good sir.
Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fey.
This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fey, please continue.
Well, that didn't go as planned. Hold it! More pressing! During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head. And this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. That consciousness is spelled wrong there. I was like, what's going on? Consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. That statement I gave you was a lie. Well, there we go. But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this, however... Objection! The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya? Well, let's question further, as usual. So, you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected.
Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... Ugh!
This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there's always later.
Yes, very well.
Ugh. Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened.
Well, hold it!
Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing. However, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There is no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Objection! Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. Ack!
Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand.
Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However... Apparently she got hit on the head. Hold it! You fainted? I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor.
How long were you unconscious?
I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps?
And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time.
Happy? Witness, elaborate on that point for us. And she has no knowledge of where she went. Hold it! Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? I guess question further. It's not going to hurt us. So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all?
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself.
That's a good point, Phoenix. She was unconscious. She would have no idea. It's true that the witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. Really?
That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber.
I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber?
Yes. That is exactly what we should be... Eek!
Be quiet, you! Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone? Who could she have gone to speak with?
Who was it?
The prosecution calls Miss Any Minnie, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Any Minnie? I think you can see where this is headed. Yep. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, like, Any Minnie. I'm, like, researching, like, parapsychology stuff at the, university.
What is this parapsychology?
Let's see. It's like, I guess, most people call it occult stuff.
Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means.
Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself.
Yes, sir.
Now then, Miss Minnie. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? Like, I guess. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine. For my sake.
Well, if he has some spine, he'll get a lot of whips. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, like, totally my sister. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Oh, really? Seems like a point to press on, if I've ever seen one.
Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey?
Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at the time.
Are you saying it was the spirit? That the spirit was the spirit of the witness's sister?
Yes, Minnie. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
Oh, well, this is...
Witness. Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course.
Miss Minnie, please.
My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. This is the opening cutscene, by the way. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. And then we have to see the car crash for like the 40th time. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Any? Yeah, it's like, pretty sure that's the exact dialogue that was in the opening cutscene. Oh my god, my head just started hurting randomly.
She took her revenge?
I also have a kink in my neck. It's really uncomfortable. Sorry guys, I'm not here to complain. I'm here to
Give you entertaining Let's Plays. Are you sure that's what she said?
I hope I'm succeeding at that. Yes. There, are you satisfied, Your Honor?
I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge.
It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end.
Well then, the end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for.
This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? How would you read my thoughts? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Alright. Metaphors aside, it is time to cross-examine the witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. The last... what? The last cross-examination? Oh yeah, I guess of Morgan. All I did was press and press and press. Like we're gonna do right now! Was that because of your, sesame allergy, was it? Like, that's right. I, think there were sesame seeds, in the lunch they served that day. I had this, premonition that it was going to totally be a seedy day. Oh my god, the puns, so bad. Yes, indeed.
I see.
Am I the only one who missed the boat here?
Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping?
You missed the boat, Phoenix. Why do you always just miss the boat? Hold it! Do you know the time? Yeah, it's 7:42. Oh, it means that time. Maybe a little before 11 a.m.? Something like that, I think? 11 a.m.? Yeah, my stomach is totally ready for, food. Ah, no, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. Ah, she did the same thing as I did. I meant what time it was when the someone came into your room. Oh, so, that's what you meant. You should have been more, clear about it. So sorry, my bad. No, it's okay, it's really... You stopped mid-sentence. That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, what was I talking about again? Never mind. Witness, about this person who entered the side room. It was oh my god, totally my sister. Hold it! Are you absolutely sure? I guess? You guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered? I don't know. I mean, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. You seem like an only child to me, Phoenix. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer.
Well, Mr. Wright?
The defense rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Minnie? I was about to say any, Minnie, or something like that. Hold it! You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? I don't know, let's get Athena on the case. But, maybe if I was, someone who didn't know about, the occult. But I, know all about that Kurain channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? Of course not! So you really didn't think anything strange in the whole encounter? No. There wasn't any reason for me to, think anything was strange. Really. But... Ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase, objection? Could you try using that once in a while?
Mr. Wright. There's a question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister. Is it really that important?
Oh, it's very important. Muy importante. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. As usual.
All right. Mr. Wright. Miss Minnie, please amend your testimony. All right, Mr. Wright. Miss Minnie, please amend your testimony.
Phoenix Wright is not testifying. Yet. He's not testifying yet. He will testify eventually. Like, okay. I'm, like, totally cool with that. Hold it! We're gonna press everything anyways. So there was nothing odd at all about your sister's appearance? Like, yeah. Nothing was, like, weird. Mia's talking to herself like she's found something wrong. Her lips are even moving even though Phoenix is talking. That's impossible. What? Like, is everything okay? Can I, like, go on? Yeah, well, that's obviously the contradiction, but we're gonna press everything first. Something terrible? What was this thing she told you? Huh? Like, didn't I just, like, tell you about it? Did you, like, forget already? A foolish fool with a foolish sieve for a brain only speaks foolishly for foolish words. Oh, a sieve, yeah. Well, excuse me, princess! Anyway, should I ask to hear the story again? And no, we're not going to hear it again. Zelda reference. I did not just hear the story. It's not like my memory's that bad. Actually, the defense is fine and does not need to hear the story again.
Very well. You may continue your testimony, Miss Minnie.
I know there has to be something here I can use, but where? She really put a lot of thought into this lie, didn't she? We can't rush this. Let's take it slowly, one step at a time. She's bound to slip up somewhere. Don't give up, but don't get careless, okay? Remember, calm and collected. Alright, so... I'm not sure, I mean... Her costume looked totally like normal. Really? No blood on it or anything? I don't know if we need this, or this. Objection! Yeah, it's that. I wonder if you could present the costume itself as well. That was a very well-spun lie, Miss Innie. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Minnie, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, and? But I don't really think you thought that at all. Take a look at this picture. Yeah, there's kind of blood. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone like this appeared before you. The blood spray. Yes, indeed. Miss Minnie, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat.
Ha! Got you now. Order, order! Miss Minnie, what is the meaning of this? Miss Minnie?
I'm thinking, don't interrupt me.
That... Eep!
And what are you stammering about, Your Honor?
Well,
That witness. Her personality did complete 180 there. Yep. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. Only in Phoenix Wright games. Not in real life. Most of the time. It's only in Phoenix Wright games and Law and Order. First of all, calm yourself down, witness. Like, I'm sorry. I, didn't mean to snap. Now hurry up with the testimony. It's one odd hat you have there, Innie.
if you please.
Look, the judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be. Is the judge ever any help? Anyways, more testimony.
from it. Miss any minute.